Anna was a young girl living in a small village. She always believed in the power of dreams. Even though she didn't have much, she knew that if she worked hard and stayed hopeful, one day she would reach her goals. Every day, she read books and watched videos about successful people. She wanted to know what helped them succeed in life. The answer was simple. They believed in themselves and never gave up. One day, a teacher came to her school and asked students to participate in an English club. Anna didn't know much English, but she still decided to take part in it. At first, she was shy, but slowly she began to enjoy speaking and learning with others. Her teacher also told her, "If you want to grow, you must invest in yourself. Spend time, energy, and even money on learning new things." That made sense to Anna. She started saving her lunch money to buy a small English dictionary. Later, she met a doctor who specialized in child education. The doctor was kind and gave her more books to read. She told Anna that learning a new language could bring in many new opportunities in life. Soon, Anna wanted to visit the city to learn more. She asked her parents if she could get in a training program for young students. They were unsure at first, but they trusted her and said yes. On her first day in the city, she arrived at a big building. The guard at the door asked her to sign in. It was her first time doing something like that. After that, she went to the front desk to check in and get her room key. Everything was new and exciting. She had to turn in a form with her name and details. She was nervous, but proud of herself. That night, her mom called in to check if she was okay. Anna smiled and said, "Mom, it's scary here, but I feel like I'm growing already." She was starting a new chapter, and every time she felt nervous, she would say to herself, "I believe in me." The next morning, Anna woke up early. She took a deep breath and looked around her small room. It wasn't fancy, but it was hers, a space where she could dream, learn, and grow. After breakfast, the students gathered in the main hall. A woman came in and said, "Good morning, everyone. I'm Ms. Taylor, and I'll be your mentor. Before we begin, please come in quietly and put in your name tags on the table." Anna followed the others and did what she was told. She noticed that everyone looked confident. She felt small. But then she reminded herself, just take one step at a time. Ms. Taylor explained that during the program, students would work on projects, learn soft skills, and practice speaking. "Sometimes," she said, "you'll face problems. But don't worry. That's when we step in to help. We're here for you." During the first activity, Anna was asked to break into a team of 5 students she didn't know. They were already talking and making plans. She felt awkward, unsure of how to join the conversation. But she smiled and said, "Hi, can I join in?" One girl turned to her and said, "Sure. We need someone to help us with writing. Can you do that?" "I'll try," Anna replied. Each team was given a task and a form to fill in. Anna carefully wrote down their ideas. One of her teammates had to leave early, so Anna offered to fill in for her during the next session. Everyone appreciated that. Later that day, a guest speaker dropped in to give a talk about leadership. He shared a story about how simple ideas can change lives. "Don't be afraid to speak up," he said. "Sometimes your thoughts can come in handy when no one else knows what to do." That line stayed with Anna. That night, back in her room, Anna felt a mix of emotions: excitement, fear, joy. She thought about how much she had learned already. She was beginning to take in more than just knowledge. She was also learning how to work with others, manage her feelings, and lean in during difficult moments. The next day, one student got sick. The program leaders needed someone to step in for him during a group presentation. Anna raised her hand. She wasn't sure if she could do it, but she remembered what Ms. Taylor had said. "Try." That's all we ask." She gave her best, and her team cheered for her afterward. A week later, it was time to give feedback about the program. Anna decided to put in for extra practice time with Ms. Taylor. She wanted to improve her writing. "You're already doing great," Ms. Taylor said, "but I'm happy to help." 3 months later, the training program ended. Anna returned to her village, but she wasn't the same girl anymore. She had changed. She was more confident and hopeful. Ms. Taylor had promised to check in on her from time to time, and she did. Every 2 weeks, Anna would get a short message. "Hi, Anna. Just checking in on you. How's everything going?" Anna would smile and reply, "Still learning, still growing." Later that year, Anna got selected to be part of a 6-month internship in the city. She packed her small bag and said goodbye to her parents. Her mom cried and said, "We're proud of you. Just don't forget where you came from." When she arrived, she was shown her new room. She had to move in quickly because training started the next day. The room was small, but Anna was used to small places. What mattered most was the opportunity. Her internship was at a company that helped young entrepreneurs. On her first day, the manager said, "We're glad to have you here. We hope you'll bring in some fresh ideas." Anna was nervous but excited. She worked hard and listened carefully. She noticed that teamwork was important. Everyone had their own job, but they all depended on each other to meet deadlines. One day, the company had an important meeting with investors. The manager asked Anna to help prepare the slides. She was surprised. "Me?" "Yes," he smiled. "You've been doing well. Let's see if you can handle more responsibility." She stayed up late and worked hard. The next morning, she gave the files to the manager, who nodded in approval. "Good job," he said. "This will definitely help us bring in to the big investors." Later that week, Anna made a small mistake in one of her reports. She felt terrible and wanted to give in to her fear. She thought, "Maybe I'm not good enough for this." But instead of quitting, she went to her supervisor and said, "I'm sorry. I made a mistake, but I want to fix it." The supervisor smiled and said, "That's the attitude we need. Don't give in when things go wrong. Learn from them." Anna realized that mistakes weren't the end. They were just a part of learning. She corrected her work and promised herself that she would keep going. After that, her supervisor called her to a meeting and said, "We're thinking of offering you a full-time job after your internship. But we want to see how you handle a small team. Are you ready to step in as a junior coordinator next week?" Anna was shocked. She said yes. From that day on, everything changed. She had new duties, more meetings, and more people to guide. But she also had more chances to grow. She looked back at her journey. The girl who once hesitated to take part in an English club was now working in a professional team, contributing, leading, and believing in herself more than ever.